Right guys, so in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to monetize a small social media brand so that you can have a business that generates you consistent income. And again, you don't need a load of followers to do this. You can have a brand new Instagram account and be making consistent £20,000 months by the end of Q1 next year. You know, it's really not that hard in order to make money on social media right now, because the industry that we're in at the moment, the market is silly. We're playing silly fuckers. This is not real business. This is easy money. I'm going to show you how to make easy money, but also in an ethical way where you can actually have a business that you love and provide genuine value to other people. Now, going over to my iPad here, how to make 20K a month with less than 1,000 followers. I mean, the reason that I can say this, I mean, I do have a small page, yes. I've got about 1,500 subscribers on YouTube and I've got about 3,000 followers on Instagram. And then I've also got a TikTok page with 13K followers and an Instagram page with 12K followers. So it's like, okay, do I qualify as someone with less than 1,000 followers right now? No. But the reason I'm able to show you this video, the reason I'm able to make this, and what gives me credibility to make this video is the fact that when I first started my business, Alpha Setters, I literally made my first $10,000 month with less than 1,000 followers. I had about 200 followers at the time. You know, last year when I first started this business, I had about 200 followers and I made $10,000 in a single month by leveraging my social media. I also have a client that I'm working with right now, and if you're wondering why I make these type of videos, it's because right now I'm on a quest to become the most influential salesperson to come from the country of England. It's a 5-year goal, and in order to achieve that 5-year goal, I need to go into many different industries and conquer them. I need to go in and build the best sales team in multiple different industries. Right now, I've got multiple industries such as B2B digital marketing. I'm in industries like coaches, consultants, and I'm also actually starting a brand new business in direct sales going into 2025. But one of my agency clients, I build his sales team for him on a commission basis and I manage them to make sure that his sales team is always printing cash. He has 2,500 subscribers on YouTube. That's his only channel of acquisition. No paid ads. No paid ads. You know, no Instagram or TikTok or anything like that. He has a YouTube channel on 2,500 subscribers, and at 19 years old, has turned that into a 50K a month business. And until I came in, he had no CRM system. He had no management for his sales reps. It was honestly, the business was an absolute mess, but he was able to generate 50,000 a month consistently off 2,500 subscribers on YouTube. So if you play the game right, there is so much money to be made because this market is easy. Anyone that tells you that it's difficult to be an online coach in this market and to make 20K a month as an online coach is quite probably incompetent, because it is really, really, really easy. So there's a few things that we need to do here. I mean, in order to make money on social media right now with no audience whatsoever, I mean, you don't actually have to start a business. So one thing that I would like to ask you is, do you have a specialized skill? Question mark. Do you have a specialized skill? Many people watching this video, maybe you don't have a specialized skill, and that's not a problem at all. But the answer is either going to be yes or it's going to be no. If your answer to this question is no, then should you start a business right now? No, you shouldn't. Right now, you should focus on developing that skill. You need to develop that skill. But the good thing to you is that you can still make $10,000 a month whilst you're developing that skill, because all you've got to do is get really, really good at one specific thing and start offering that to other people. You can have already existing businesses make more money. And to be honest, it's actually going to be easier because you're not going to have as many responsibilities. You've just got to help a couple of businesses get better at one certain aspect in order to make money. For me, that was sales. With my business right now, my agency, I help currently already established businesses. I leverage the business that they've already built in order for me to make more money on commission. As long as I learn this specialist skill, which is sales, and I provide value to the business, I help the business make more money, then I make money. And you can quite easily make $10,000 a month by just learning the specialized skill and offering it to other business owners. It's that simple. So if you don't have a skill, focus on learning a skill. And once you've learned a skill, now you can teach that to other people, or you can offer that as an agency service the same way that I did. I started off as an appointment setter. I built a coaching program. I built an agency. But first, you learn the specialized skill. If you do have a specialized skill, however, now what we need to do is package this into a high ticket offer. What does high ticket offer mean? So, I mean, we've got two choices here. If you're starting a business, you can either sell cheap or you can sell expensive. If you're selling cheap, if you're selling something for $50 and you want to make 10K a month, then that means you're going to have to sell 200 units of that every single month in order to make $10,000. Hope my maths is correct there. You're going to have to sell 200 units of that every single month, right? That's very difficult. However, if you want to make $10,000 a month and you're charging $2,000, then you only have to sell 5 units of that every single month in order to make $10,000, right? It's much easier to sell this rather than selling this. This is shit, this is good, because this also means that you've got money and time available to reinvest into the product to make sure the product is as good as possible. So, cheap versus expensive. So first of all, I would highly recommend you go expensive. You sell something that is more expensive. It's going to make your life a lot easier. It's going to be stress-free, it's going to be easier, and you're going to be able to build a better product that you're actually proud of. The next step is actually identifying what is your offer. Offer who you help and how. Quite simple. For example, my offer is I help already established 6-figure companies build a sales team so that they're able to scale to 7 figures. I build their CRM for them, I manage their KPIs, I hire the team, fire the team, manage the team and everything in between, build the automations or whatever. I help 6-figure companies scale to 7 figures by managing their sales team for them. Quite simple. Offer who you help, how do you help them? So you find your specialist skill there. What are you good at? Handstands? Cool. I help young men learn how to do a handstand in 60 days, cool. Handstand coach. I've worked with a handstand coach before. Tennis coach. I've worked with tennis coaches. I've worked with fitness coaches. I've worked with business coaches. There is a million different things that you can do, but if you have a specialized skill, then someone will benefit from that. So if you've got a B2C based skill, fitness, something along those lines, I'm going to help young men build muscle in 60 days. Cool, that's your offer. If you've got a specialized skill offer, something like sales, then I help businesses increase their sales in 60 days, and you can run that as an agency offer. So what you need to know is you need to know the offer and the model. Is it going to be done for you, aka agency? Is it going to be done with you, aka coach or consulting? The easiest one is obviously coaching the thing because you have higher profit margins, you have to manage less staff. Done for you, however, is a lot easier to sell. So how do we actually go about leveraging our small social media in order to make this happen? There's a few things that we need to do here. So once we've got the offer, who do you help and how do you help them? You know how much you're going to charge for this, and you've just made a brand new social media account, you've got 100 followers. How do we use 100 followers and turn that into 20K a month? There's a few things. Now, it's a lie that you need a lot of followers on social media in order to monetize it, because that's not true at all. All you need to do is make sure that you've got something that people genuinely want and you're able to sell yourself. Sales is everything. Sales is king. That's why I always recommend to people that are completely new to business and they want to start making money online, always start by learning sales, because once you know how to sell, you'll never struggle to make money again in your life. Now, I'm going to assume here, to make this easy and applicable to everyone, that you don't currently have a lot of money in order to invest in the business. So we're going to write off paid ads. We're going to say no paid ads right now because you can't afford them. So we've got two methods of acquisition in order to gain new customers into the business. We've got outbound and we've got content. Now, outbound, that's my bread and butter, I've been able to build some of the most successful cold outbound campaigns in the world. I truly don't believe that there's anyone on Instagram that can do cold outbound better than I can, genuinely. I've run cold outbound campaigns where I've been able to crack 52% response rate. It's been ridiculous. I've been able to convert 120 cold outbound messages into 6 paying customers. Outbound is easy once you know how to do outbound, and I'm going to make an in-depth video, a full long-ass video explaining how to do that inside of my sales community, which is the first link in the description. Completely free, by the way. I'm going to give everyone access to that for free. I'm going to make a video covering outbound. But basically, all you need to know is that you are reaching out to people every single day, offering them your thing, making people aware of your product. You're messaging people, hi, blah, 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 I can do this, this, and this. Is this something you'd be interested in? And you're just going to send as many messages as possible. So 100 a day, 100 messages a day. If your product is worth $2,000, you're sending 100 messages a day. That equals 3,000 messages a month. Out of 3,000 messages, all you need to make is 5 sales. So out of 3,000 people, do you think you can get at least 5 of them to say yes? Basically, that's all you really need to do in order to make 10K. You know, like that's how straightforward it is. You know, if you want to make 20K, then you'll just turn this into a 10. Like, tell me that's not easy to do. You can quite easily turn 3,000 messages into 10 sales, you know, quite easily, as long as you develop the skill of sales, which is why that's all I preach here on this channel, which is why my product is literally all about sales. My free community is just sales, because if you know how to sell, this applies to any business owner watching this video. That any business owner watching this video should be inside of the community. And next we've got content. And it's like, again, if we can get 100 views a day, which is very easy, you should be able to get a lot more than that. That's 3,000 views a month. You know, with a combination of the content and the outbound, we're getting 3,000 views a day on our content. We're getting 300 messages sent out there to people asking them to buy our thing, basically. We should be able to sell this to at least 5 people. Now, in order to make content work with a small page, you actually need to understand that having a small page gives you an advantage in many ways, because you're relatable. You're a lot more relatable. Your selling point is the fact that you're available for these people. I used to say this all the time when I started my business. Look, I'm not a crazy rich guy in Dubai. I'm at the beginning of my entrepreneurship journey, but that means I have time to fight for you in your business. You know, I want to make a name for myself, so I'm going to do a good job managing your sales team, because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm never going to be able to make it to the top, to the point where I'm the most influential salesperson in the UK, unless I have a great reputation and I really fight for you. I've got loads of time. I've got all the time in the world to make sure that I'm going to do a good job. And that's your selling point. You need to understand your selling point. The fact that you have no followers, to be honest, will be able to resonate with people more. But that's all you need to do with the content. As long as you make your content unique, then you will get customers. When I started my coaching program, Alpha Setters, it was very unique, because what did I do? I made it men only. Self-improvement. You know, I made sure that in my content, I was talking about, no, you shouldn't be playing video games. You shouldn't be going clubbing. You shouldn't be sleeping with a load of random girls. You know, find one girl, commit to that one girl. Talking about Christianity, talking about my values. Everything was around my values. And I was unapologetic around that, to the point where the content doesn't resonate with everyone. If your content resonates with everyone, then in reality, it resonates with no one, because you're not speaking to someone specifically. If you're in a position right now where you don't have that many followers, the number one goal is just to make sure that you've got a very, very specific message to a very specific type of person, because we're only getting 100 views a day here. So if we're only getting 100 views, we need to maximize that as much as possible, to the point where our content repels everyone else apart from our dream customers. Now, I was at a point where I was getting consistently 400 views a day on TikTok. TikTok was a great platform for me when I started building my coaching business. I was getting 400 views a day on TikTok. And out of 400 views, I was literally getting about 4 leads per day. People messaging me saying, hi, Temi, tell me more about what you do. I'm really interested. And can you imagine how powerful that is? Because if I'm getting 4 leads a day, you know, times that by 5, that's 20 leads every 5 days, you know, Monday to Friday. Out of 20 leads, do you think I can sell at least 1, 2, maybe 3? You know, it's like I can make a lot of sales by doing that. So you don't need a lot of views. All you need to make sure that you do is you've got a good offer and your messaging is unique to you. You post your values on social media. Not everything is just, here's how to do this, here's how to do that. This is what I do, by the way, please buy it. Also talk about your values, you know. And I want to go live in the countryside and have like bare kids, like 10 kids, and just get married super young and have loads of kids by the time I'm 30 and go to church every Sunday. You know, There might be some Muslims or something that just disagree, that just hate me because I'm very unapologetically Christian. There might be some, red pill guys that really hate me because they think I should be, as a high value 22-year-old, I should be traveling the world and just clotting bare girls. But because my content is very authentic to my values, then at the end of the day, I'm going to resonate with a very specific type of person. And it's going to be very, very easy for me to convert these people into my paying customers. The client that I was speaking about earlier, he's got 2,500 subscribers on YouTube. That's not a lot of subscribers at all. But his videos are just so good and his messaging is so unique to the specific people that he helps that so many of these people voluntarily throw money at his face without him even having to try. And he is 19 years old. Focus on one social media platform, own it, make your messaging unique, and you will make sales. You combine those two things, the cold outbound and the content, the specialized content, not generic content. If you analyze social media, you'll realize that all of the superstars in the industry, all of the people that specifically go above and beyond and end up making loads of money, have always got something unique about them. Alex Hormozy's got his unique style where he just sort of makes a definition for every word and he just oversimplifies everything in his own genius way. He's the only person that can do that, and that's why it's unique. If you think about anyone in the industry, they always have got something unique about them. So the number one thing for you to do when starting a new social media page, when building a business with a small following, is to just use your uniqueness to your absolute advantage. There's going to be no one out there that talks about the exact same stuff as you, as long as you make the brand authentic to yourself. If you make the brand authentic to yourself, you're going to enjoy it more. People are going to feel your energy and people are going to resonate with you because you're different, but you're also just like them. Because there's always going to be someone watching that is just like you. There's thousands and millions and millions, billions even of consumers in the world, but there is not billions of creators. So if every single person comes in as a creator and makes unique content to them, there's always going to be people that resonate, but there's not going to be people that replicate the same because there's only one you, but there's always going to be people that resonate. So I hope this helped, boys. Make 2025 a year where you're just stacking peas. Subscribe for more content, boys, because I'm going to be posting so much sauce throughout the year. Because again, my mission here is not to sell you anything. My mission here is just to build a brand, provide genuine value so that I can become one of the most influential salespeople on planet Earth. The most influential to come from the country of England. So yeah, I hope this helped, boys. As always, keep grinding and have a good year, boys.